What up? What up? What up? This your boy DJ 912. I represent DJ 912beats.com. And today, man, I'm gonna show y'all some quick tips on how to keep your Pro Tools track in order, or any track for that matter, no matter what DAW you use. They all got different color patterns and color schemes to it. So I'm gonna jump straight into it. The reason why I'm creating this video, I had another artist send me a couple records my way to mix, and what it was his vocals was on the same track. Well, let's see, his verse vocals was on the same track as his hook vocals, and then his ad libs was on the same track for his hook and his verse. So to keep it simple and to keep everybody on the same page, that way when you're sending your files off, you know what's going on. I mean, the engineer knows what's going on without having to call and ask you or try to sit there long enough to figure it out. Or like with me, it kind of made me not want to do it, because it was like it was so hard to figure out what was going on, and it was two different people on the track. So it's like, how do I address that situation without creating a whole bunch of more work for me? And solution to that is pretty much just duplicate the tracks. But long story short, man, let's get back into it. All right, so this is how you want to set your files up for Pro Tools, Cubase, FL-Studio, whatever. It's pretty much a standard way. Let's just say we are here in Pro Tools, for instance. Here's my hook. So I got the main part of the hook, and I went back and I did a dub, and I did ad libs for those. With this song here, is pretty much I'm singing on the background, so that's why it looks so stagnant like that. Then for my verse, as you can see, I got my verse, I got my dub for my verse, and again, I got like a little singing part in the hook. I mean, in the verse here, these sections right here. So what it does is, even if I send it out to somebody, they can look at these session files and be like, oh, I see what he's trying to do. Well, this is the verse, and I know this is the hook. Without even playing it, we know what's going on. So, and the reason why it's so prevalent to do it like this, how we put the ad libs, how we put the compression on the ad libs and the vocals for your hook is gonna be totally different from the verse, and I'm gonna explain why. So if we want to put some extra delays and stuff on here, we don't necessarily want the extra delays and stuff on your verse. So let's just say you wake up first thing in the morning and you lace your hook. Then let's say it takes 2-3 days. Now you got your verses. You come back and lay in your verse. What we don't hear, the engineer will hear. So our tone and our voice changes from the time of day, where it's morning, noon, or night, and the different days of the week. It might be slight variations, but the compressor can't treat your vocals Tuesday morning like they treat your vocals Saturday night when you're on your yakking and you're in the studio doing your thing. It's gonna be two totally different. It's gonna be like it's two totally different people. You know what I mean? So how we compress and how we EQ your vocals for Tuesday morning is gonna be completely different from Saturday night, because not only are you inebriated and you slurring certain words, but your tone of your voice might be different. Your timbre might be a little bit lower or a little bit higher. It makes a dramatic difference when you're EQing tracks. So then let's just say you wanted to put the Travis Scott effect on your hook, and you don't want to put the Travis Scott effect on your verse right here. It's easier for us to do it here and route it somewhere than to have everything on one track, and then we have to separate the tracks. So just keep it simple. And like I said, this setup right here, top one is the main vocal. This is the second one is a dub. This will be an ad lib track, and that's what you can have for your verses or your hooks, or however you want to record. Some people tend to stack more than others, especially if you have a thinner voice. If you have a thinner voice and you want it to sound fuller, stack it. But if your voice is kind of heavy and thick like mine, 2 takes will probably be perfect for you. You won't have to go over that 2 takes. not unless you're doing some, you know, crazy ad libs or something in the back. And then again, like I said on the verse, main verse, then you got your dub, then you're gonna have your ad lib track, and then you're gonna go to your next verse, so on and so forth. And we keep stacking it like that. The more we stack it like that, the more it's easier for the engineer to seek and attack certain situations. Attack certain situations for every verse. Sometimes you might have to attenuate a vocal or two, but we don't want to attenuate your vocals, their vocals, and other people's vocals. Like, you don't want to do that, especially if you got a different female on your song. Say your female is singing the hook, and you got your hook on the same line as your vocals. That female vocals are gonna be completely and totally different, compressed, EQ wise, treated with reverb or whatever. Totally different. This just make more sense. You know, just looking at it, it makes more sense. It's easy. And a lot of artistic people are visual learners, right? So we tend to see things and we want to execute how we see it. If it's a bunch of stuff like in a collage, then it makes our mind do certain things. And on this track, I have my drums and everything separated here. I have my stem files for my beat here. So that's it, man. I'm gonna get up out y'all hair. Make sure. Oh, and you can also color code your track if it helps. Let me bring up my mixing window. Control plus if you're on PC like I am. Just check it out. So these are from here to here is vocals. This is the auxiliary track for the vocals for my hook. That's why it says hook right here. And so from here to here is my vocals for my verse. Give me just a second. I ain't been in this file in a minute. So I have these two vocals right here. These two vocals here are routed to this one. I don't know why it's way over here. I usually have it directly behind it. But, and then these vocals are also routed to the verse. Let me see. Let me slide this. Got me kind of out of shape. So these vocals are for verse 2. And verse 2 is here for this auxiliary track. And this is the way we can keep it visually in line, but mentally in line too. So that way, once we start adding different effects and different send channels, then we know where they're going, we know how they're routed, and we can attack a problem with pinpoint accuracy. And that's it, man. It's been another tutorial with DJ 912, pretty much tips on how to keep your tracks organized in any DAW. So, you know, be creative, man. Be dope. Let's get this work. Pump it out. You can always check me out at dj912beats.com. And if this video has helped you in any kind of way, make sure you like it. Make sure you thumbs it up on YouTube. Make sure you drop a comment below and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Peace.